Hey YouTube, it's Dream Projects here. I'll be showing you some basic Python of the print function and some other stuff, some neat stuff. I just learned some Python over the summer with all that COVID-19 and coronavirus going on. So yeah, let me just get started. So this is the print function over here. Print. I just printed some stuff. This part is a little more advanced. This part is more advanced than the top part, like way more advanced. Not that much, because this is just the basics of advanced part. And as you can see, I printed some of it. And I'm using PyCharm IED because it's very good for beginners. I have a video on how to use it. You should go check on my channel, look at that video, or just go in the description, find that video, and then just download it and use it because it's very good. So these are the results. Blah blah blah. Hello, my name is blah 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 blah. How are you doing? Hello, John. Hello, John. And I did this all with Python. I know it looks easy to do, and it is easy. If it looks hard, it's just easy. Okay, don't think it's hard. And it says process finished with exit code 0 because I made 0 mistakes, but if it says 1 or 2 or 3, that means you made mistakes. 1 mistake for 1, 2 mistakes for 2, and so on, etc., etc. So let's get started with the basics. Actually, let's just explain this. So the print function is basically telling Python exactly what to type in. So to use the print function, you need to type in. I'll show you in a new example, actually. Print. You need to type in the print, okay? And it says F over here because it's a function. And then put parentheses, okay? And then go in the middle of the parentheses and put quotation marks. Because the quotation marks, whatever goes inside the quotation marks, remember this, whatever goes inside the quotation marks will be printed. So if I want to do hello, YouTubers, guess what it's gonna type in? Exactly printing. It's gonna do exactly hello YouTubers exclamation mark. It won't type in the quotes because whatever is green and except for the quotes and is inside the quotes, then in print with parentheses closed, with both parentheses on each side in the print, it'll print exactly that. So let's run it over here in the top right. And it says, hello YouTubers, processed with exit code 0, with finished code 0. So it literally did exactly what I told it to do. So I mean, that's great. It did exactly what I told it to do. I told you it would type in exactly. So now, if you do something like this also, it's going to type in exactly this, except when it ends on a quotation mark. Instead of quotation marks, by the way, you could also use apostrophes, but just saying from my experience, apostrophes and quotation marks do not get along very well. Opposites retreat, and I'll just show you right now as a demonstration because it has to be the same symbol to make this work. And some of you might be wondering how to basically get like a quote inside the print. Like if you want to like do dialogue, it won't show like this. So how do you do that? Well, I'll get right to it right about now. Yeah, so to do that, so this definitely won't work because when I tried it, it's still just printed hello. So I'll be showing you that right about now. So, well, I just said that, but whatever. So how you do it is you do front slash and then do the quote. Okay, so oops. And then do the quote. And then it will print quotes. Oops, I forgot to put the quotes behind it. My bad. So you just backslash it, or front slash it, and then put them behind it like this. Oops. I'm very forgetful. So I did it wrong, looks like, I think, because that's what Python told me, PyCharm told me. You do a backslash, and then you do quotes. Oh my gosh. It's the only thing I don't like about PyCharm. It shows two quotes together. Yep. So now it's going to print a quotation mark. I mean, you could do that for any character, like if you want to do, apostrophe. It doesn't work for any character, like in the quotation marks and apostrophe family. It works for that. So yeah. So it printed an apostrophe, and you could do it on this side too by doing this. And then when you print it, hello, except I put a space in between this. So now it's perfect. Woohoo! So over to here, this is a little more advanced, but it's still the basics of strings, and I'm sure you've heard of it, even if you haven't done Python. Unless you haven't, then that's just sad, but now you're hearing it if you haven't. Strings are basically words or like characters or something that hold a place value. They're placeholders. So this is my string name. You could type in your own string. So let's just say I just want to name my string a string. And what I assigned in my string was hello. So look, you have to do the same thing. Parentheses and quotation marks are very important in Python. It runs in almost every code. You have to have them almost in every code. So like especially the basics. So basically, let's say I want to do hello as my string. So we did that. So like my example had that. So let's just do, this is a string. It is the placeholder of this sentence. So now, this is what is assigned into this. So instead of just in this thing, instead of doing all of this, typing all of hello, blah, blah, my name, blah, blah, how are you doing? Again and again, what you could do is just put the string, use a string, assign a long sentence in, and it even looks neat and short. Oops, wrong thing. It looks neat and short even. I mean, I love it. Most professionals also do it, everything. Everyone basically does it. What you do is type in your string. In this case, I named my string, but before in my example, it was named name. So now, oops. Actually, never mind. So now, what it will say is this. Print, this is a string. It is the placeholder of the sentence. And then period, and then John. As you can see over here. Or over here, because, yep, we'll go to this in another second. Okay, so this /n, we'll go to that in another second, but let me just finish explaining right over here that when you're doing this, you have to be careful sometimes, because I'm a person who likes to be perfect and whatever I can be. You have to put a space, because sometimes in any code, this goes for any printing or like any code, because like you're literally telling Python to type a space before that. Because if I didn't have this space, then it would just be this. Period, John, no space. Especially if I didn't have that period, it would look even weirder. Like this. This is a string. It is the placeholder of this sentence, John. One word. I know. It's just weird. So what you want to do is just make sure to put that space, please. Or you could just put a space after that one, but I want to put a space after this one, because why not? So I have a space there. And I mean, look at this. It looks so neat. Instead of just having this, instead of just having this, it looks way better. Because like if I had this print this John. I mean, this looks so weird, right? It's so long and it takes so much time, but this even looks cooler. And it takes about pretty much the same time, except you just, yeah, I mean, you just don't even have to do that much. Come on, it looks professional too. Okay, so now let's go to a bit more advanced code. I'm not sure if this is really part of the basics, but hey, more information, better, the smarter. So let's go. Hopping right in. Stop there. So, this might look confusing, right? But what this function does actually, it stands for /new line. It basically tells Python to print this part in a new line. And it only works with inside quotes. It's like if I had this /n or n, that would not work. And all these things, like the slashes and stuff, like they're like all those things, like these things, like slash, like yeah, /n, /that, apostrophe, /quotation marks, all those turn yellow or orange because they're not just normal characters, right? They're not just normal characters. They're special types of functions. Well, they're not a function, but let's just go ahead with the function for now because it's more easier to understand. I mean, like in Python, they're not like function, like a string is a function, but it's easier to know that it's a function basically. It functions it. So what this is, I think I just said it. It prints the thing in the quotes into a new line, okay? And you can just drag it, put it back where it was, okay? Now, I showed you it wouldn't work over here, right? That would just not work at all because it's still yellow. Or, I mean, it's not orange. It was just white, just like string and the plus. So, yeah, this plus, by the way, is attaching the string to this print. So, yeah, so the /n, it puts it in new line. So the string, it's still going to print this, okay? Except it's going to print this on one line, okay? And then on the next line, which is the function of this, even though it's not really a function, but it's going to print John, okay? So as you can see over here, it printed this and it printed John. I mean, this is a very fancy and useful code in Python. I mean, it helps me a lot when I'm writing code, so make sure to keep this in mind, even if you think it's hard. Oops. Error code there. Make sure to close your parentheses, please. It's not gonna work out. Same for quotes. So that's it for today, guys. I'm sure it was not that advanced. I mean, it was pretty easy, but check out my next videos. I mean, like, I have other videos on Python and stuff, so check those out. I mean, this was pretty basic, but thanks for watching, guys. Really appreciate it. Like, subscribe, and comment down below, as usual.